So today we're going to go over the home buying transaction from start to finish, so stay tuned.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Patrice.
And today we're going to go over the transaction from start to finish here, how it is in Texas. So if you're in other parts of the nation, it may be a little different, but here in Texas, we're going to kind of go over what it's like from start to finish once you get under contract. So in this particular situation, we're going to assume that we've got you pre-qualified, we've got your dream home scenario, we've walked you through everything. Now what? Now we're going to go look at houses and we find that perfect house. What do we do? So what's the first thing that we do?
Well, you got to make the offer.
Absolutely, right? So we're going to make the offer. And we use a standard 1 to 4 contract here in Texas. And we'll go over that with you during the Zoom call and kind of show you exactly what it is. But there are different outs when it comes to the real estate contract. And we will go, like I said, go over that in more detail with you. Every transaction is a little bit different, but we're going to make an offer. And one of the things that we like to do when we are making offers is incorporate a personal letter.
Yeah, that does help.
Yeah, so we want to kind of pull at the heartstrings of the seller. We're in a very competitive market here in North Texas, and oftentimes we're in a multiple offer situation. And that's one of the things that we could do to kind of help us stand out in our offer process. So that's one thing that we do is make the offer. Now that we got accepted, we're executed contract, now what?
Now you got to make sure you got your option money and your earnest money in within 3 days.
3 days now. So earnest money here in Texas, which normal is about 1% of the purchase price. So if you're looking at a $400,000 whouse, you're going to write up 2 checks. You're going to write a $4,000 earnest money check made payable to the title company, and that's going to be held in escrow. And then you're going to also write an option check. That's usually anywhere between $100 and a couple $100 for an option period. Now, what an option period is, and that's actually made out to the homeowner itself, and then it's credited back to you at closing if you make it to the closing. If not, the option period, what I like to consider that is your get out of jail free card, right? So you're paying, let's say, $200 for a week's period of time that you can get out for whatever reason. You could wake up on the wrong side of the bed and just say, adios amigos, I'm out of here. But that's during the time that you want to do all your due diligence, your inspection period, or your inspections and that sort of thing. Anything else you have to add to that?
No, just that's during that time. You got to hire your inspector and do your due diligence and try to
Yeah,
get
so
out.
if the inspection comes back and it's just dirty and you don't want to do, and you just want to walk away, that's when we walk away and it costs you $200 or whatever that amount was. What's the next one?
Well, finance contingencies.
Finance contingencies, right? So this is usually so we have the 1 to 4 contract, and then we will have a mandatory HOA, most likely here in the North Texas area. We have HOAs. And then the other third piece that's very common is a third-party finance addendum. And what we do in there is we will have a contingency anywhere between 18 and 21 days or so that you need to get pre-approved and make sure that you've gone under underwriting, you're completely not clear to close necessarily maybe, but you are 99% there as far as your financing period is concerned. So during that time is when we kind of that's usually, like I said, about 3 weeks after we execute on that contract that we want to make sure our financing is done. And with our preferred lenders that we use locally here, we've never really had any issues with that.
Nope.
All right, so what's next?
A clear title.
So yeah, during this whole process, the title company is pulling up all the title docs. Clearing title is really pretty straightforward and easy for the most part in North Texas with your traditional residential real estate. Back in my previous life, when I was in the default section with the FDIC and stuff, we would come across cloudy titles all the time and clear those. That was a whole bargain. That could take 6 months. But here in North Texas with residential real estate, it's pretty straightforward. There's not a lot of cloudy titles, and if there is, it's pretty easy, and it may be a tax lien and that sort of thing that will be cleared up during the closing process.
Right.
So that's one of the important steps. And then now we're kind of working our way towards that closing day. What's next?
Well, you got to do your final walkthrough.
Final walkthrough, very important. So we want to walk through a day or two before we're set to close, depending on the situation, if it's vacant, if people are still living there, if there are leasebacks, etc. But we want to do a final walkthrough just to make sure that maybe all the stuff that we came across on the inspection, we want to make sure that those items have been taken care of. We collect the receipts, kind of walk the property, make sure, like I said, that if there was a leak in the downstairs bathtub, that's fixed,
Right.
and we just kind of walk and do a once through just to make sure that you're getting what you expect. And then what's last?
Good old closing day.
Closing day. So that's the fun thing. So at closing, I know a lot of places around the country use attorneys and that sort of thing. We don't. We have title companies, and so we will go to the title company. Buyers will go to the separately, then the sellers, then they merge the docs, send it to the lending partners just to get one last verification and thumbs up, and then we are closed and funded, and the keys are yours. So that's kind of
That's
the
the exciting
process.
part.
Yeah. The home buying process typically is a 30 to 45 days, depending on the how long you write in for your finance and that sort of thing. But traditionally, it's about 30 days. So. Anyway, that is the home buying process here in Texas. Like I said, if this is your first time on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the bell, so you're alerted every time we do a video. We do all sorts of videos on everything, all things real estate in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
And don't forget to give us a call, text, email, however you need to do to get a hold of us.
Absolutely. We are here day and night. We absolutely love working with everybody showing a property and that sort of thing all across Dallas, and we again absolutely love it. So it's no problem whatsoever. Give us a call anytime, and until next time, I'm Andy.
And I'm Patrice.
Take care.
See ya.